Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm so excited you're here with me today. I'm going to paint some coneflowers. It's been a while since I've done that. I'm going to try and do it a little differently. I'm thinking, well, I'll show you as we go along, but a close-up view of the coneflowers and just a simple background way off in the distance. I like the depth. I'm also going to try to paint it a little lighter. A lot of times I love them, darker, richer looking paintings. I've got a 10" by 10" canvas. It's from Michaels. I like the 1.5" thick ones because I'll spray the front with water and dry it with a hairdryer to tighten it up. You can spray the back too, but I've discovered a lot of times I like spraying the sides and the front with water. I've got a video, I can link that in this video's description. I've also put 2 coats of clear gesso on it just to make the canvas stronger, sturdier, thicker. Okay guys, let's have some fun. I wanted to pop in because I threw myself a curveball already, which I think is funny, but it happens. Oh, and I was gonna grab, here, I think I can grab it quick. So I mixed, I think it's lighter in yellow, but I mixed a version of yellow oxide. You could just use yellow oxide if you wanted to. So I had a big pile of primary yellow. I put in just a pinch of black and a pinch of Quinacridone magenta. Use a red, it'll work. It doesn't have to be. Whatever colors you see on the device you're watching isn't quite the colors I paint because my phone already shifts those colors a little bit as I video. And it was kind of green, so I added a little bit more, just pinches of Quinacridone magenta until I got that color. Oh, hey Wally, I don't know if you could hear my cat. And so I started painting it. And I realized when I flipped it, I'm like, oh shoot, I want it lighter. This is already darker than I wanted. Not a big deal, could have just left it. But then I scored out a bunch of white, titanium white, and mixed a much lighter color and painted it over, and I'm already getting some sky. I think, yeah, you can see that. I'm getting already some clouds and sky, which I like. I'm also filling in the texture of the canvas already some, which I like because I'll photograph this and then sometimes my paintings will get licensed. And like, for example, right now I have 4 or 5 blankets and I can't think of the name of the company right now. It's a US company and they're cotton woven blankets. And I really don't want the canvas texture on top of the cotton woven blanket. It can be a little too much. I just personally don't like it. So anyway, but so I fixed that. I lightened this up. It still might not be light enough, but it's much closer to what I was thinking in my head. Because I'm doing this painting sort of with a very simple plan, no reference photo. And then the other thing I'm thinking is I'm gonna have like a big coneflower, maybe another big coneflower, or maybe 3 of them like right here. And then somewhere, I might even divide it in half, even though I usually do thirds. Have some trees off into the distance, I'm thinking. And then lighter ground. I tend to do darker ground. But I'm already also thinking, can you see how it's darker here and then kind of angles up? So this darker corner will kind of keep you in, and these flowers, so I'm kind of thinking already a little bit of design. You know, so big flowers and then keeping you in the painting by having this little darker corner. I used, because it was handy, a 1" filbert brush from Royal and Langnickel. It's their Zen line. And it's just because I had it sitting right here. And, excuse me guys, and because it works well with this small palette. I have used, say, a 2" just really cheap chipboard brush, or a 3". It's quicker work, but sometimes it makes a bigger mess on this little palette. Then if I would have used this brush, I probably just would have had a background palette and save it in case I need it, just because it makes a mess. What else? Oh, I'm going to use primary colors. These are all Liquitex. Here, They're all basics except for the Phthalo blue-green shade is a heavy body. So primary, oh, and I don't have any titanium white out. But anyway, so primary yellow. I showed you the Phthalo blue-green shade. Sorry guys, I'm bouncing around. So I will probably put Phthalo blue-green shade here. Mars black, I'll put titanium white there, primary yellow, and Quinacridone magenta. There, I got it out. Okay guys, I want to let this dry while I go have dinner, and I'll be back in a bit. Let's chat for a minute. Let's see, I've been working on this, excuse me, 2.5 hours I think today, maybe a little longer. I'm using a 3/4 inch angle brush. Oh, it's getting abused. I've used it quite a bit. I wonder if I can maybe clean it out a little bit. It's a 3/4 inch flat brush from Royal and Langnickel. It comes in a pack of about 4 or 5 brushes. And I just, sometimes it's kind of nice. Oh, I drew on the Coneflowers. I tried a white charcoal pencil and it wasn't showing up very well. You can barely see it. And then I used a black charcoal pencil. It's from, it's a General's charcoal pencil. There, maybe that shows up a little better. This I haven't used lately is a tabletop easel. It's really nice. So I'm just standing here painting. And it's on top of my art table, which is a higher table. Okay. Let's see. I mixed, what's really nice is the primary yellow and a bit of black makes a really pretty green that has some white in it. Sometimes I put some black and a little bit of blue in it to cool it off. This actually has some quinacridone in it, just to kind of warm that up. A lot of times you can just do kind of gray or dark or greener off into the distance. I might change this. I think it'll be okay. And then I mixed, or I used some of this light yellow and light green. And I have it warmer here, a little bit darker and cooler here. I'm thinking this, well, the stems will come here even though I've covered them up. And they'll be, darker for the most part. And then I'll fill in with some leaves and things. There's a flower here, but I pretty much covered it up. The center's right there. I don't know if I like the white clouds right there. They don't look that strong when I look into my phone as I'm videoing. I think they might be okay. Or maybe I just need to put like a little, I don't know, a little white. Well, it actually might be kind of nice, just like a little white streak. Should probably just stop. Just to have a little bit, I don't know. I may not like that either. May paint it out. It's kind of at that point where I think it's in good shape. I think it's generally lighter than I paint, although I think the sky could be even lighter. But I don't know if I want to mess with it because I've got little bits of yellow coming through. Here. I would call these Bob Ross trees, just a blob. I did put in, I should talk about a little bit. This is just, my sky is just phthalo blue and some white. But when it's on the yellow, it kind of goes more aqua green because the green color, the dry green color from the previous day comes through. Or sorry, dry yellow. I painted it kind of that a little bit warmer than yellow oxide color. You can tell it's allergy season. My throat's kind of dry. What was I gonna do? Oh, maybe just, a lot of times tree holes are darker blue. That might be too dark. So I just grab a little bit of blue, a little bit of white. think a lot of artists call them tree holes. I think sometimes they look better. I don't know if I really need, as I put one over there. Okay, let's take a little peek at those trees. And I think that'll get us up to speed. Oh, hang on, guys. I shouldn't have talked about allergies. I had to sneeze. Okay. Do a little bit of a tour, even though we're not. I paint around on the sides. So you don't have to frame it if you buy one of my paintings, but you could frame it, and even if it's a float frame, at least part of the sides are going to show. Just depends on the frame. There you can see some yellow coming through a little bit better in the sky. Here, if I get closer, you can probably see some of the yellow coming through. It's kind of nice. I like that. And you can paint the whole sky first behind the flowers and then draw the flowers on it. I just cut into the flowers a bit with the blue paint. Okay, trees is really what I was aiming for here. Call them Bob. I don't know if I just said that or I started to say it. I kind of think of them as Bob Ross trees. Shift the color a little bit, shift the value a little bit. And really, as I was saying before, you don't really need to do that. They could just kind of be a darker gray-green because they're upright and off into the distance. Well, here maybe you want to see a little bit of the... So right now, horizontal, ground horizontal. You can get some up and down strokes in there too. Okay, guys, I think that gets us up to speed. I'll be back in a bit. Hey, let's chat for a minute. This is the next day. I ended up getting busy, so I didn't come back after dinner yesterday. I also started a new palette so I could make some pinks. So this is Quinacridone Magenta, some yellow, and some white. There's white in all these pinks, because I don't know if you can see, but it's lighter than that Quinacridone Magenta out of the tube. This is a little bit of that, some more magenta, white, and then I mixed a purple. So just a pinch of phthalo blue green shade and some magenta makes a very pretty purple, and then I put some more purple in that one. I'm using, oh, here, let's back up a little bit. I was gonna do a one brush painting, but I ended up going down in size and used this 1/2-inch brush. It's an angle brush from Royal and Langnickel. Here, let me set this one down. It's their Moderna line. I also think it's a little stiff. Oh yeah, it's just, and I used that for stems. You can see it's about, let's see if I can find one. It's about the width of, if I push harder, I get a fatter stroke. If it's lighter, I get a thinner stroke. And I'm liking that I just sometimes filled in the background with just some vertical dark strokes. Sometimes I'll do one, I've got some older paintings where I do some really skinny strokes, and those are fun too. I like when I have some shapes in here. I'm just kind of fading it off this way. I'm not sure, I might put some darkers in over here. Oh, and then I did use a number 4 round from Princeton and a number 1 round from Princeton for the centers of the coneflowers. So basically the strategy is to work from back to front. I'm gonna put petals on top of the centers. So I did the centers first. I'm gonna put stuff on top of the grass back here. So I painted that grass first. The sky, I ended up painting around the flowers, but I painted it first. And I painted into the petals, just so that it covers well. Set myself up for success, kind of a thing. Here, maybe you want to see, oh, and I did put a couple more sky holes in the trees. Maybe I'll show you that tree off in the distance again. Here's the centers. and some of the grasses. Greens, blue greens, grays. So in the shadow, darker, cooler. In the sun, back here, warmer. A lot of times you can get grayer as you go back too. You can do that because the color drops out. Here's the center. Okay, I'm going to use that 3/4 inch angle, or not an angle brush, 3/4 inch flat brush from Royal and Langnickel. I've already got some pink on it. And so I'm going to paint these petals first because these petals go over. And I think everything else is okay. There's nothing really going over. So I was thinking I'd put in, oops. So it's this middle pink. Oh, my cat Wally's here. I don't know if you can hear him meowing. I might need more water. Might need more water. Let's grab, I'm gonna stick the corner of my brush in some water just because my paint puddles aren't that big, so I'm not gonna need that much water. And some of the yellow's coming through, which is fun. I might wipe off my brush. You know, it's nice when you get it one stroke, and sometimes I can't. I'm also, I don't recommend painting like I do on YouTube because my body, see if my hands are in there, is over here. My left shoulder lines up with this, so I'm leaning over and next to my phone so that you guys have a more straight on look. I mean, it is angled, but I don't recommend doing that. It's a little harder. I don't know if I want to, I was thinking about maybe a little of this color. Kind of play with it. So let's maybe a little, now if you use white to lighten it up, it might look chalkier, but you could stick a little yellow in there to warm it up. You can mix it with a palette knife. I'm hoping Wally doesn't hop up here. He's thinking about it. I've got a card table just off to the left that he's hopped up on. Well, it's kind of pretty. Whoops, I want to leave a space in there. I don't know, do I want to, this is going to be lighter. So I think I might let that dry and then maybe even come back with some darker. I think I'll just let that dry and then figure out, it might be done. I might not need to do anything else. And I like that some of the yellow is coming through. Here, I'm gonna set down my brush. So, I mean, that can be it. Done. Just use the brush to shape the petals. Okay, guys, hopefully that helped a bit. I probably am getting close to done, so I might be back pretty quick. Sorry, I'm thinking about, is there anything else I need to say? Okay, guys, I'll be back. I'm calling it done. So let's see. I like the Coneflowers. I like that the petals are loose. You know, warm pink to a little bit cooler pink purples is really nice. Sometimes I came back in and defined some of the dark areas a little more. I put in some lime green, but it doesn't look that limey, but I do like it. I keep playing with lightening part of the stems with some orange yellow. I also sometimes come back, what I really like to do is I mixed a little aqua color. So start with some yellow, put in just a pinch of phthalo blue and some white until you get a good aqua color. This is a really great lime green. I'm sorry, primary, did I say primary yellow? This is primary yellow. Just the teeniest bit of phthalo blue green shade and some white, and you can get a really nice lime green color. And sometimes I come back in and it's fun to put a little aqua in just for some variety, but not a ton. I probably even put in too much. Oh, I put a little bit right there. But I've also got some phthalo blue muted down in here. Oh, I did also put a little quinacridone right in here and then smeared it. I don't know if I need to do these things. I like the aqua. I think that helps. I did take some thin warm pink with this brush. It's the 1/2-inch angle brush, and just smeared a little pink, and then I'll come back in with my finger and smear it. I don't know if I needed to do that, but it's just kind of fun to have the pink right in here. Just playing with colors and values. Oh, I did change this leaf. It was connected to the stem, but I didn't like it. So I made it bigger and have it coming off and underneath the canvas. I like that better. Okay, let's do a tour, or a screenshot if I can do it. Let's see here. See if I can square it. Oh, that's pretty good. It's fun. I really like that. Here's a tour. Little bits of white, and the coneflower centers will be some, it'll look like, it does right here, it looks like a little bit of sunlight's catching on those little teeny pieces. Sorry, I'm trying to get it square. Everything's at an angle. Okay, let's go up. Pretty simple to draw. Oops, let's scoot back a little bit. There we go. There you can see the aqua a little better. I did go on the bottom. I don't know if that'll get in there. Oh, it will. Not every line, but if you frame it, it definitely works. A little bit on the sides, if I can get that in there. Not a lot of detail. You could put a little more. I don't know if that's in there. I don't normally, this is a little below half, this horizon line. I usually put it on 1/3. It just works. But since I was more focused on where these flowers were going, I could even brought it down a little more. That's kind of overthinking it, but it's pretty close. So there's half. So it's a 10-inch canvas, half is right here. So it's about a 1/2 inch below the center. And it works because you're so close to those flowers, then the horizon line isn't quite so important in the design. At least that's my opinion. Everything on this channel is my opinion. Well, I enjoy hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. It means the world to me. I super appreciate your support. Great big, if I can get a heart in there, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.